Your focus is so valuable, it's being hunted for. There is things in line for your focus. Your focus is your energy. You focus your energy in order to listen to me. But when you listen to me, it contributes to your awareness, to you understanding things a little deeper. One thing that I am tired of, and you are tired of, is as soon as you pick a goal and you start putting your all into it, all of a sudden, there is somebody showing up. There is some things that you always wanted to happen, and they begin to fully consume you, and you ask yourself, why now? When I am fully ready, when I am fully into this business, into this thing, why now this had to happen and take all of my focus away? Because there is things feeding off of your focus. Whatever that thing that is feeding off of your focus is feared that any drop of your energy will be used to focus on anything else but it. And as soon as you find that something else that you put your energy into, now anything that takes away their food is competition. So what does it do? What does a predator do in that case? It begins to lure you back into giving it energy. How does it do it? By using your weaknesses. What are your weaknesses? Your weaknesses that it uses are your desires, your fears, your traumas, and your ego. Easiest way to lure somebody in, we all know. There is a reason why they're called weaknesses. There is a reason why they should not be ignored. I am tired of hearing people propaganding to avoid your distractions. Out of everything, your weaknesses are number one thing that you need to focus on, because they can come up anytime. That is something that can take everything away from you. One simple weakness. Your own ego is a weakness. Something so simple can take everything away: your business, your relationship, your life, your whole life away. All these things only lead to 3 places: prison, casket, or the hospital. Crazy house. They force your brain to go crazy. How can distractions be avoided? They should be fully focused to eliminate those things. And of course, how do you eliminate it? By facing it. You have to face your distractions. It's a tough topic, but it is so important. I don't want to hear anyone else telling anybody to avoid your distractions, to avoid your lust, to avoid over scrolling. Do it, but now do it with the awareness to figure out, what is the feeling that it makes me feel? Why do I like scrolling endlessly? What am I looking for when I'm scrolling? You're looking for answers. Depends on your feed. I don't know. You're looking for lust. You're looking for closure. You're looking for family. You have to go into your distraction. You have to go into your fear, where it will hunt you for life. Your enemy, your demons, whoever is against you or is trying to consume you, trying to lure you in, will easily see and use anything. You are an open book as a person to demonic entities. You are an open book. They can see everything. All of your pleasures, all your desires, or your ego, they know everything. Every single part of it can be used. And it can be used to such point where you end up in the casket. I dedicated my whole life to figuring out my distractions, to eliminating as many desires and possible addictions. Addictions as simple as scrolling on the phone, as simple as being over obsessive over dressing up. As simple as that. I have a perfume addiction. I can't get over it. I can't go to the mall and not smell every single perfume on the Neiman Marcus. I can literally scroll all night looking for my perfect perfume, a perfect dupe, you know. Sometimes I realize, oh my God, I'm addicted, you know, and it's scary to me because it's to the point where I have dreams about it. Something as simple as that can consume you and distract you from what you're doing, because me scrolling last night contributed to me not making this video, but I still decided to come out at 12 a.m. and make this. Again, I dedicated my whole life to figuring out all my distractions for freedom. The only way to reach freedom is when you don't have a single distraction, is when you don't have anything you're attached to. That's the only way. That's what freedom is. What else can freedom be? You're basically free. The only thing that makes you perceive that you're not free is the way you feel, the stress that you feel. The way you perceive is what takes you for freedom. Other than that, you're already home. I'm already home, anywhere I'm at. I've been up and down, left, right, and I still felt home because I work on my distractions. I work on my weaknesses. The more I grow, the more I see how much I need to work on. The more I grow, I realize that we should actually trigger ourselves on purpose to figure out things that can possibly be our weaknesses, things that can possibly be our addictions. I sometimes purposefully trigger myself. I purposefully face my fears that I don't even have, but I still go there to see if this is something that can weaken me. This is something that can be used to weaken me. All of this just to reach freedom. The silent mind, that is freedom. That is home. That is what all of us want. This ease, this relief. We all need this in our life in order to function properly and fully. I don't care how much you tell me how strong you are, how you are going to work with all these things on your mind, with all this family, all this relationship stuff going on in your head. You're not functioning fully. I don't care what you tell me. Imagine how much better you would function with a clear mind. Just to have a silent mind that you're fully control of, you made it in life. No matter how much money you have, you cannot clear your mind. You always hear in movies, no matter how much money you have, you cannot buy love, No matter how much money you have, you're not going to clear your mind. If you live in Bahamas, laying in jacuzzi, no matter how many physical things you apply on yourself, that will not buy your free mind. The only way, please, I don't want to hear anything. The only way to free your mind is to face the shit that you hear in your head. The yapping of your internal dialogue is what you need to face. You need to start listening to the yapping in your internal dialogue in order to silence it. You need to hear what is propaganding you, your own head, and you need to ask and analyze. Is this a distraction? How is this benefiting me? Is this leading me towards my goal? You have to constantly check on yourself. Where am I at? Am I doing the right thing? Is this the right person for what I'm doing? Are they draining me? And there is a simple way you can clear your mind in a day, you know. It's on any piece of paper, you write down my focus. I am focused on. And then you break it down into points. Mine was, I am focused on claiming all of my energy back where it belongs. Second point, I am focused on guidance of the universe towards my energy. Third point, I'm focused on being free. And so on. Second topic, I give up the distraction of. And break it down into points. My first point, I give up the distraction of looking for lies, betrayal in people that does not exist in my reality. My second point, I give up the distraction of illusionary fear. It does not exist in my realm, on my reality, and so on. Notice how I wrote, I give up the distraction of in the beginning, and in the end I said, that does not exist in my reality. That way, you train your brain to understand at any time that distraction that you wrote down shows up, it rings in your head that, hold on, that is not supposed to exist in my reality. And you begin to actually recognize your distractions. When you recognize distractions, you won. The problem is when you cannot and you easily get fed into it. This practice right here saved me from so many things. They kept me from telling these things to people. I held this in myself for so many years. Now I give it up. I give up those distractions. I sacrificed all of those distractions in order to tell you this. Finally, all of these distractions, they do not exist in my realm. Lastly, I affirm, the last topic that you need to write down on your receipt or piece of paper. You have the I am focused on, I lose the distraction of, and then the last, I affirm. I affirm my points. I affirm that I am fully aware of my goal. I only see one goal. My full focus is on one single goal, and I recognize distractions easily. I affirm I am energy. I affirm I am free, and so on and so forth. I affirm I am rich. I affirm that I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am abundant, and so on. You can repeat these over and over again. I keep repeating the same distractions until I eliminate them and I don't have to write them down anymore. That's the best feeling. It feels so good to be free. I set aside dates, I set aside friend meetups just to be by myself, trying to figure out how do I stop this yapping in my head? How do I stop it from I desire this, or I cannot get over what this person said. To me now, I don't care what people have to say at all. I worked on what people say so much that I recognize no matter what person says, only I can attach myself to it if I decide to. No matter what a person says, it's not attached to me, so I don't feel anything. No matter if what they call me, how are their words relate to me? I'm a completely separate being. Like, those words don't have knives. They don't hurt me in any way. Why should I react to words? And I stopped. I'm telling you, that's the biggest relief. That's the way I got myself into places. That's the way I freed myself. That's the way I can go through the day with the same energy. I think that's my superpower. Not to have a weakness is a superpower. Like, do you see how big of a problem it is now? That we don't work on our weaknesses? We avoid them. They said, go get a job. Work on that shit later. It's not gonna come up if you're focused. Bullshit. Once you start focusing on something so deeply, whatever that distraction is, it'll be like, ooh, give you a little desire right there, give you a little trauma, give you a person, get a person that will trigger you. And you're like, I cannot handle this. This is too much for me. Because you avoid it, you set this shit aside. And as soon as you're a little bit vulnerable, that weakness will be like, oh no. Whatever job they're focused on right now, that is not feeding me. I need her back. I need her to focus on me now. So let me lure her back in so that she stops going to that job and focus on me to continue feeding me. Why is my master going to job and not feeding me? It's feeding her. I don't care if my master getting fed. I care about me being fed. It will purposefully line up everything for you to give up and now focus on suffering. They feast off of you suffering, of your victimizing yourself. You're fully being in this internal dialogue, yapping, just in your head. Everything is too much for me. The world is against me. I'm just gonna sit under a blanket and suffer. That thing is feasting. You're like, oh yeah, I'm good. I know what to do. And it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. The yapping in your internal dialogue will become so strong, it will only lead you into three places: the hospital, the prison, or the casket. You need to take control of your vessel and what's controlling your vessel, because the thing that controls your vessel is so powerful and so underrated that it can take over you. Your own brain can take over you if you don't control it, and again, you end up either hospital, prison, or casket. Take control of your life by first accepting and recognizing the distractions by facing them. Face your distractions, aka weaknesses, your fears, your desires, your ego, and your traumas. You have to face it, or they will come up in your life and fuck you up. And the beautiful thing about life is they will come up. So don't worry about that. It will happen. Just make sure you're aware to eliminate those things. Make sure that you're aware constantly, checking on yourself. What do I want? What do I truly want? I truly want a free head. I want a truly clear mind. Freedom from distractions, freedom from desires, freedom from attachments. I want freedom. And I constantly check myself, does this lead me to freedom in my head? Does this lead me to freedom in my vessel? Does this give me energy, or is this consuming my energy? Is anything feeding off of this besides me? Check on yourself. Do not underestimate the power of your focus. Again, there is things in line for your focus constantly. Make sure you're sober to recognize this. You're soberly aware, no matter how triggering it can get in life. I pray for you to constantly recognize anything that is against you. Any weapon that's against you shall never prosper, because now you recognize distractions. Now you see clearly. Now you can determine what is for you and what is not for you. Now you can reach your goal with ease, with no yapping, chatter in your internal dialogue. You can be free and you can reach your goal with ease and comfort. There is nothing can get in your way. I pray for you to stay in this awareness and do so for freedom. We're doing this for freedom. I do this for your freedom. I will do this every Sunday for your freedom. So stay updated.